Going live. Evening. Oh, chaos. Chaos on the streets. It's crazy, crazy, crazy day. I'll wait until people have come in. But this is Steve Owens with the ABC reporting from Istanbul. So is that listed, that one, Michelle?
Yeah, that's right now.
Okay. I'll just wait and see. I don't know if you caught the video just now, but I thought I should update you all on what's happening. And yeah, it it's quite the most bizarre scenario, and I ordinarily wouldn't have gone outside. But I said to Michelle, there are so many people on the streets. I've never seen so many people on the streets. Hey Jan, I've never seen, not at this time, 11 o'clock at night, and there's crowds of people down on the streets below us. And I thought, sometimes our shops stay open late here in Istanbul, so I thought maybe I'll wait and just let a few people settle in, and then we'll just talk about it. How are you all? Did any of you and a few people saying, just quickly, a few people are saying, oh, just a 48-hour lockdown. No, it's not a lockdown. It's a complete curfew. Apparently, not all the shops have closed. From midnight tonight, every shop will be closed. Nobody's allowed out on the street. With 1 hour and a half, well, just over under an hour, about an hour and a quarter, I got notice, but apparently it seems to be about an hour's notice at 11 o'clock at night.
It's about 2 hours notice.
Is it about 2 hours?
About 2 hours.
Okay, Michelle's correcting me. So yeah, we at 10:30 or so at night, you're being told that everything will shut down. Hey, Oren, how are you? So everything's going to shut down. No shops open tomorrow. No shops open for at least 48 hours. That's what we've been told. It's not like your general sort of lockdown that people are experiencing, where you've just got to stay inside and you go shopping occasionally. Apparently tomorrow, nothing. There will be nobody on the streets. It's going to be like a ghost town. Who on earth came up with that idea? I have no idea. That has caused bedlam on the streets. The whole of Istanbul, and this is the largest city by capita in Europe, something like 20 odd million people. How many people did you say, Michelle, are under curfew in?
They said about 64.
64 million people.
Because it's 31 provinces, all the major cities, but it's not.
64 million people. You have to remember as well. I don't want to over dramatize this, because I'm not. Yeah. Smash that thumbs up. Thank you very much. I don't want to over dramatize it, because I'm not greatly concerned. But imagine this is a city. From our experience here, people shop daily. They go down, they get fresh vegetables, fresh bread, fresh eggs. Fresh eggs. As fresh as eggs can be. They daily shop. And suddenly, out on the news, people get told, tomorrow the shops are closed. It's the weekend coming up, and the weekend is when the fresh market. So most people shop on the weekend. Get that into your head, right? People are not stocking up here. They're not stocking up on crazy sort of, they're not buying hoarding food. Most people are being pretty sensible. And then just to be told the weekend's coming up and we are just shutting everything down. Well, I look down on the streets. It's what time is it now? Getting close to midnight.
Yeah, 11:51.
So it's quietening down, because the stores have to close at midnight. And I think I've seen police up and down our street already. And
I saw a couple of families running along the street and trying to get.
Talk loud so people can hear.
I saw a couple of families running along the street they were trying to get a taxi, I think, from the end of the street.
Yeah, because.
And I think because they've got to get home, depending how far away they are. I think they've got to get off the road by midnight, and this was at 11:30.
11th. If you've just not everybody's getting the message at 10:30 or whatever time we got it. So people will be getting. Oren, your guess is as good as mine. People might have been out of their homes. I know technically you say, but people in Istanbul have not been really following the people are still getting out and about. And suddenly there were cars. I almost got run over just walking down the street. No, not funny. Really, the guy came down the street at like, these are narrow cobble streets. They were all driving around on their motorbikes, pulling up to shops, trying to get everything. the grocery shop near me is always got a lot of vegetables. You might have seen it in the live stream. You might have actually seen when I filmed it, full of vegetables, bananas, onions, anything you want. It was just being vacuumed up. People were just trying to get as much food as they could.
I saw the basket, the guy in this place here, he dropped his basket
Some people
down.
may not have watched, so they may not know about the basket.
They dropped the baskets down out the window because they're about 4, 5, 6 stories high, and it saves them coming all the way down the stairs.
Right.
So they were having a conversation, and he dropped the basket down, and then the shopkeeper or one of his helpers was filling it up. He must have had about 10 packets of pasta in his little basket. He couldn't fit them all in, he had to send it down twice.
Yeah, everybody in these higher buildings, Istanbul's got a lot of tall buildings, so Michelle will read. Yeah, I know. Look, we're all worried. You know, this time of year, Jan, even with your elderly folk, and that's why they give you know, a lot of vaccines out this time of year. You know, against the flu for elderly, because it can be very bad. And actually, if elderly people get this COVID, it's not going to be good news. So yes, do stay safe. But they drop baskets down from, you know, 2 stories, 3 foot stories, and 5 stories. The baskets come down on a rope. This is nothing to do with the virus, by the way. It's just the way people shop in Istanbul. So they drop the baskets down. Do you know, Michelle, I might have a beer. Who's in the house? I got these beers for a special occasion. This is a special occasion. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. She's a gem. Michelle doesn't drink beer, so I'm pretty lucky she's not gonna. So I'm gonna have myself a beer. What do you reckon, guys? I've got this Tuborg Amber. Sorry, I'm asking you silly questions. I've got this this red ale. That looks nice. These Pilsner. And I've got Bermonti's Filtresi. So Tuborg is good. Okay, Alex, you're first, mate. I am going to have this Tuborg. It's actually 100% malt.
It's an amber.
It's an amber ale. It's 5.2%. And I'll get one of those nice wine glasses, Michelle. And so, I wish. Do you wish you drank now?
Oh yeah.
No, not really.
I have more water.
Michelle's a teetotaler. She's good.
That's what you had to go out to get, was water. You needed water.
I'll explain, okay? Because some people were saying, "Oh, wait, don't go out on the streets. Don't go on the streets." We buy our water every maybe how many days is it? 6, 7 days?
Yeah, about 7 days.
We buy water every. Is that Eric in? No, it's Paul. We buy water every. Yes, it is Eric. I thought I saw Eric's logo. How are you, mate?
Just do it right and
Drink 3.
No.
No, I won't. I want to. I got these. I'm not a big drinker. If I drank all 3, I'd be lost to the world. Oh, that's got a nice yeasty sort of smell to it. So, Michelle, buffering badly?
No, I'm okay.
Is anyone else buffering badly? I've got this new SIM card. It was working really well. So, why was I out on the street? Slap me, tell me off, whatever you like. But we were down to the last drip of our water. And you can't drink the tap water here. So I was either going to be stuck with boiling water. So what I thought I'd do, I said to Michelle, I'll go down to the little store where we buy the water from. And I can't read them, so you'll have to say if anyone's saying anything. Okay, so I go down to get some water, and when I got down there, you could see, if you watched the live stream just before this, I thought I'll share this because it's crazy. There are people queuing outside shops that usually only have one person in at a time, queuing outside shops. So I had to go around the neighborhood to see if I could find someone so I could get a few sort of. No lag. Thanks, Eric. Thank you, mate. This is for any of you that appreciate a good ale. I don't drink a great deal, so.
Alex Burke said, what are people doing there? I'm at Anatolia, part of Istanbul.
Who was that?
Alex Burke.
Alex, if you're in Istanbul, you're in Istanbul?
Yep.
Here, Alex.
I'm just about getting off the street.
They're clearing off the streets now, but for about 1 hour, 1.5 hours, our little street here was just chock-a-block. Everybody was down on the streets. Why they would give a couple of hours notice on a weekend to tell people this, I have no idea. I personally think, I'm not sure that was a good call. I don't want to be disrespectful, but was that a good call? Because there's a lot of sick people in Turkey, and they're mostly social isolating. And I've never seen the water is just not so good. Somebody was saying, why can't you drink water, Lolita? So I've never seen people have been pretty respectful. They're not out there in the shops. They wait one at a time going into the shops for the mask. But just now, that was chaos. They were queuing 20 deep at the doors of every little shop out here, queuing 20 deep at the stores. There weren't the spaces weren't there. 70%, no, maybe, I don't know, 30, 40, 50%. There was a lot of people with no masks. And they were just panic. I think people were just panicking.
I suppose, I mean, we're hoping it's only going to be 48 hours. Could be longer, you never know.
Yeah, and what was the comment? Somebody said, oh, just 48 hours.
Yeah.
No. Has anywhere else literally shut all the shops for 48 hours? I don't know. Apparently, from what I've been told, all shops, all businesses, all people have to be indoors for 48 hours. And the worry will be for people, the big worry will be, will it stop after 48 hours? What's the plan?
After 48 hours, everybody's just going to go out.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of problems, I think.
Let me do a couple of the comments.
Streaming well in Brownsville, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, it's streaming well to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So New Light says, my son is also stuck in Istanbul. He's on the Asian side.
Perfectly fine. Don't worry about your son. He'll be fine. These are beautiful people. I tell you, this is such a good place to be. The people are so kind and considerate. There is a number of he'll be super fine. I suspect someone will take him under his wing. Even, one or two people have said to me, the Turks, they treat foreigners like their family, and I've definitely felt that since I've been here in Turkey. So don't worry about your son. Don't worry about Michelle and I. We're perfectly all right. Look, the worst case scenario, we've got two nice big sofas in here that we can start eating. There's I'll have that one. You have that one, yeah.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll find a basket. Not lowering it out to something.
To where? To no one. No one's allowed out. That's the beauty. What's really worked here is the little corner shops. And I was saying in a stream on Facebook, I think it was, just how I'm certain your son will be perfectly fine. If I was saying to anybody who was stuck in Istanbul, and I've met a lot of expats that are stuck here, that they are very comfortable and very happy, and you'll be absolutely fine. I feel certain of it. It's a good place to be, Turkey. It's a very good place to be. What to do? I mean, we had food in, so we're not too bad. I've said before, we haven't gone out and panic bought, so we've got a bit of veg. We got enough to make another big soup which lasts us for 3 or 4 days. I have some flour. I can make some bread. I can make my own bread.
We got some eggs. That was good.
We got some eggs, so we can do. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
We'll get skinny.
I won't get skinny. Not in 48 hours, but if they keep it going for a little while longer. How to Lose Weight in Istanbul by Steve. I'm calling it the 1 week diet. You can come back and just see me as I sort of get gaunt and go on. I've got a little bit to lose, so don't be too worried. I should be good.
So Karen Corskadden says, stay safe, thanks for sharing.
Hey Petri, I just saw Petri pop up. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not quite seeing, they're going a little bit fast today, so I'll let Michelle go through a few.
Yeah, so Karen says, stay safe, and Oren
Thank you,
says,
Karen.
what set this off? I'm not sure.
We don't know what this seems. we're talking today how a lot of the newspapers here are really bigging up how well the government have played, which is always a little bit worrying, isn't it? Because they've basically been saying just how well they've done. Well, the numbers, whoops, the numbers don't particularly reflect that. Although I do think I was chatting with another couple here who are also stuck in Istanbul, and we were saying that there's an element of people not taking it too seriously. Can I say that? I don't want to be unfair because most of the people have been really good. Most of the people are social distancing well, keeping their hands clean. Um, it's definitely emptying out. The streets are emptying out. Sorry, I can't show you, but if you want to go back and see the previous live stream, you'll see I was just outside a shop and I was looking at myself thinking, how am I going to get water from this place? Because all I wanted was a couple of small sort of demi-johns of water. Hello, Jennifer. Hi.
J Doe says people are raiding small markets for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, who said that?
J Doe.
It's a bit chaotic and that's why I titled that, and I didn't have my glasses with me, so I could have actually, but cabbages in Istanbul I really was struggling to see, but I thought I'll just do a little live stream because I won't see this sort of bedlam again, hopefully. We'll be careful, look.
And Alex says people will be more infected after this day. That's ridiculous.
That was the thing. I was looking down there and I thought to myself, Lord, if this is not good. People have been not fantastic, but they've been pretty good at social distancing, and suddenly in the chaos caused everybody to empty onto the streets. There was more density of people on the streets than I've seen in a long time, almost like back in the day before this happened. The density of people, the cars, I mean, I've not seen so much traffic. The taxis must have been having a field day because they've had a really rough time of it, but the sudden flow of taxis, people trying to get maybe to their family, trying to get, to find a place to isolate themselves. They're basically being told 2 hours from now nobody goes out. I'm not too sure it's the best decision. I'm not sure who made it, but I'm struggling to see a very good reason. What do you think? What do you people out there? What do you think? I mean, lockdowns to stop people going out, and we basically had a lockdown. We've had this period where you're not meant to be going out much. You can go out for a little bit of exercise, and if you go to the shops, and that's been going on for how long would you say? 10 days or so.
Yeah.
We've had that for some time now, and I thought it was going reasonably well. I've seen some very good examples. So why would you decide on are we Friday today?
Friday.
Why would you decide on a Friday night and some people will have only got a notice of this sort of just before midnight, as we did, to say to the whole country, you're staying in for 48 hours, but not only are you staying in, we're shutting everything down. I have no idea what that's going to achieve, really.
I mean, if we hadn't had a message.
We only got a message from the guy that owns the building here. He just sent us a little message and said, look, we have to go, we have to leave the office because we've been told we've got to shut down everything for 48 hours. And it dawned on me, that's why everybody's out in the street. We were probably a little bit late. We were told probably about 10:30 or so. I could probably check. So very strange. And then I went downstairs and I thought, my Lord, I stepped out onto the street to go, and normally I can just go about 10 meters from the front of my door, pick up some water. It's all sealed. I'm always very careful with my hands. Pick up some water and bring it up, and it lasts us up to a week, the water that I get. And we were just out. We literally just put the last bit of water, and we'll get it in the morning. Michelle said to me, we'll get some water in the morning because we were out. And it's not going to be easy to, it wouldn't have been easy for us to sit and boil all the water we had to drink. I really didn't fancy it. So I thought I'd pop downstairs, get some water. If that's the case, we didn't really need anything else. We can pretty much cook anything. We haven't got a lot of food. We probably couldn't do that many days,
No.
we might have to just be a little cautious as to what we eat. Hey ho, think of us on Monday morning. And I don't normally have a beer, but I got these a few days ago, quite some days ago, and I put them in the fridge. I thought if I do a live stream, maybe I might just have a beer. I know some of you guys out there enjoy having a chat. So, where is everybody? You've probably been all been saying. Actually, don't answer that. No, do answer it. I can barely read because the phone's so far away from my face.
Well, there's got someone from the Caribbean, Brownsville,
California, New York.
Niagara Falls.
Trying to stave off a full-blown epidemic going to change. Yeah, I think the problem is, Paul, we will be. I think the problem is this idea. I don't know. I don't know how this will be judged. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm safe. I went down there. I wasn't near anybody, and I picked up some water, paid for it, and carefully came up and washed my hands completely. I had a mask on while I was down there, which I'm not overly keen on, but I wear it because that's why. But yeah, this is no ordinary shutdown. Does anybody else know of a shutdown like this? Has any other countries literally told everybody to stay indoors?
2 hours notice.
With 2 hours notice, 2 hours to midnight. By the way, I mean not 2 hours. Most people are sat around in their pajamas, watching a bit of Netflix. It's quiet, isn't it?
It's 10 past midnight now. Is everybody gone? Is our little guy
There's still some stragglers out there.
Is he closed? Not yet.
Look, don't.
But it is quiet compared to.
They're shutting up.
Ago.
The little vegetable shop is shutting up. He's got lots of stuff down there still. He's obviously put more stock out. The little shop over here, he's shutting up. Yes.
Restaurants in India, pool plays in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia. Rufus Dunes in Arizona.
Wow.
Oh, India had lockdown. Sorry, Restrum. You're not in. You're from California.
Oh, no, Restrum. Restrum's
from California. Sorry.
Restrum said. Was it you that said? Restrum, are you in California?
Yeah.
I thought you were in. Italy also had a drastic shutdown, but where is the sense? I can see people saying, okay, we need to shut down. We need to shut. Hey, Dwayne, how are you? It's gone a little bit pear-shaped over here, mate. I can fully understand saying to people, in 3 or 4 days we're going to have a complete lockdown, a complete shutdown. All the shops are closing, all the businesses are closing. I can kind of understand that in 3 or 4. Please be sensible, buy some stuff. We're not going to extend this beyond that point. But to say to close to 60 million people.
Istanbul's 20 million.
Istanbul, the city, we're 20 million. More people in this city than there is in Australia, virtually. Not almost as many people in this city as there is in Australia. To say to a people sort of like, oh, by the way, tomorrow and Sunday, when the big markets are open and a lot of people do their sort of stocking up of their groceries and things. Oh, by the way, no, it's all shut and we're not going to open again. But also to sort of say it in that way, it frightens people because they're not sure. Will it be 48 hours? Will it be a whole week? Could it be longer than that? Because I don't know what will happen. Watch this space. It could get a little bit scary. Want to share this out on Facebook and
student meals. They stay.
Student meals. Hello. Is that our student meals?
It is our student meals. And Petri said, I'm not locked down, but on Tuesday I got an emergency text notice saying to go home and go out for essentials. But we can't go out for essentials.
Well, we can't go out for essentials. I'll do another update and let you know if this is going to be problematic. But like I was saying, to me, Turkey is a fairly unique. Istanbul is a fairly unique place because the people here are I won't say old-fashioned, but they're traditionalists in so much as they shop daily. You know, they're one of these places a lot of people shop, go for their daily simmet and bread, go for their daily milk. There's a lot less sort of bulk buying. You don't have these like back in Australia where sort of 7 kilos of cornflakes and sort of 48 kilos of tomato ketchup. Everything's still sold in fairly small packages. So, you're lucky if you find a bag of cereal that's more than sort of maybe, the biggest bags are probably about 500 grams, which is barely a pound. So people don't buy in bulk. Like, you think of yourself, if you're in Australia or in perhaps in the USA. I'm going to bring the camera a bit closer so I can read the comments. So if you're in the USA, you go to the supermarket and you can get these huge bags of cereal and you can get great big sacks of food and things like that. There's not so much of that here that I've seen. So people tend to just go to the very small stores, and the very small stores here really are well supported, and because of that, they shop daily. So to tell them, an hour and a half, some people possibly even less than that. I'm sure the bongos were going. I'm sure people were sort of like shouting out the windows and letting everyone know. I could hear a lot of commotion, a lot of noise, and now the streets are dead. It's just past midnight now and the streets are dead. To let people know just so close to midnight, I think that was possibly a little bit disrespectful and maybe a little bit dangerous. And I would be surprised if a great deal of cross-contamination has happened on the streets this evening. Sorry, but I truly think that's probably more likely caused more problems than it's solved. Oh, I've got to be careful.
So Kathleen Norton said, why shut down for 2 days? What possibly could that accomplish?
Who said that?
Kathleen Norton.
Kathleen, that's what I was asking myself. But, I was thinking, what can 48 hours truly achieve? I mean, think about it. In the grander scale of things, what can that achieve? It's not long enough to solve an incubation period. It's not long enough. I don't know. Watch this space. It could be...
J. Joe says, curfew will probably be extended. I think the Turkish media slipped it out too early.
Maybe. But they shouldn't have. It wasn't the media. I think it was a government announcement. This time it was.
They tweeted it. Lolita Davidich said, we have shelter in place, only go to work, obtain food, go to doctor, essential activities.
Where's that?
I don't know, she doesn't say.
So
Ian Juan said, so are they closing even essential businesses like water plants and electricity in Turkey?
I don't know. They're saying all businesses are shut, but they can't really shut down services, we would think. No, maybe tomorrow I won't have electricity. Who knows? I doubt it, but...
well, someone, Mehmet Beyhan said, behind him, I'm from Turkey. No, they will be open during the 2 days. We're not closing electric, gas stations, etc.
I would imagine so. I mean... We've got to, the Turkish people, and you'll know this, Mehmet. We were talking about it before, but people will be very concerned about the cats and the dogs out on the streets. There's going to be. I've got some pet food here, which I've been giving to the dog outside. So. Which the cats can eat as well, but there are always people going out on the streets leaving little piles of cat food all over, because the cats in Istanbul are amazing. They don't live in people's homes, they're just out on the streets. I don't think it's not particularly popular to have cats in your home, but there are thousands, millions perhaps, of cats all over Istanbul, and people have been feeding them. They feed them anyway all the time. There are little cat houses all over the city. Even on our street here, there are little cat houses, and people put food out. And we've seen a lot of people going around with big sacks of cat food, putting handfuls down here, there, and everywhere. And subsequently, a lot of the street dogs, they're not so many, just a very small number of street dogs, are all quite portly and out of shape, because I think they eat a lot of cat food. Oh, it's gassy. Excuse me. So, yeah, I think it'll be all safe. But what, Mehmet, what do you think? but what do you think about this decision? Can you see any logic behind it at all? Can you see any greater gain?
The Petrie said maybe the 48 hours to prevent large crowds at the market. No, because the markets have been open, haven't they?
No, but that's why they're saying. I mean, it could be. See that market. No, that doesn't make sense because there are weekday markets. There are weekday markets. There are midweek markets. There are weekend markets. There are Monday markets. There are so many different markets. I don't think you could really target it. I think there would be far more people would obey if they told them to stop stop doing the markets. They'd stop. They told them to stop selling non-essential goods on the markets, and they followed that straight away.
So Mehmet said, I see no logic because government should have announced a week earlier.
Mehmet, I so agree with you there because everybody downstairs, I was talking to a few of the guys here. There's a guy who's, I think he's fairly well connected and he speaks really good English and he was a little bit livid. I think he was a little bit livid about the whole situation. Why they're not giving us more notice.
Yes, after this announcement, all the people, almost everyone went to shop.
Everyone. I think the whole... I'm gonna hazard a guess that 20 million people went out to shop tonight.
Well, maybe half, because sort of.
Yeah, I suppose. All right, some people are elderly and young, includes babies and all sorts. So
one person from the household.
Yeah, one people. But I suspect every household in Istanbul went shopping tonight between the hours of 10:30 and 12, and that makes no sense.
So Open Mind says maybe to stop Friday prayer. Well, that's already stopped.
No, the prayers have all been taken care of. The mosques still do the call to prayer, but people pray in private at home. They don't go to the mosques. So I don't know. I don't know. There'll be some theories out there and about, but
Kathleen Norton said, "Don't they give you some kind of logic, or do they just tell you to do without explanation?"
No explanation at all. Mehmet, your English is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I have no problem understanding what you're saying.
Petrie said, "But I can see the inconvenience. I don't like to bulk buy because I'm a finicky eater, so I've had to change the way I bought my food. I've had to buy more frozen food, like frozen veggies."
Yeah, we haven't got a freezer, so we can't buy that sort of produce. We've just got a dishwasher. That's useful.
Yeah.
We've got. I had a few beers. Oh, by the way, the Tuborg. Those of you that like a beer, let me explain this Tuborg to you. Let's just do a little pause for beer. So I told you it had a sort of yeasty, excuse me. I'll get Michelle can read some comments. She should bring some of them out. But so it's got a yeasty, slightly fruity taste, smell. Sorry, so I'm confusing. But it has got almost an apple's slight cidery sort of smell to this. I'd almost say like a rough cider, like a proper cider, not any of that Strongbow rubbish. Proper cider.
It's good to see you're not concerned. We're not concerned.
Hey, be quiet. I'm trying to do a beer tasting.
Well, you can do that.
It's quite thin. It's not got a lot of body to it. This beer would be nicer at room temperature, to be honest. 100% malt. I do get the malt. That's probably where the sweetness is coming in. And actually, if you've ever had malt extract on a spoon, when you were a kid, you used to have malt extract on a spoon. I think that's the police going down. That's that. It's got that little aftertaste, and there are taxis. There are taxis galore. Sorry, what you say?
I say Kubilay Saglam. I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm living in Turkey, and the curfew started 20 minutes ago. It did 22 minutes ago, and they asked, "Where are you from?"
From Australia, from Melbourne, Australia.
But we're in Istanbul.
But we're in Istanbul. Is that person was in Istanbul?
Yes. No, they're in Turkey.
In Turkey. That's what I mean. Some people. I tried to ring I tried to ring the other couple that were here. I thought I'd better just give them a call, and I thought they might have gone to bed because it's getting late, so they didn't answer. But I've left. I wanted to just. I don't know what they can do really. Just be aware that tomorrow. But they're pretty well stocked up. They told me today actually that they had a lot of stock. I hope they're good. I'll give them a call in the morning and check they're okay.
Says, hi Steve, hope to see you soon. Hope you're doing well.
Hey Nicola, love you, man. Send my love to your family, mum, dad. Send my love to all the family, and we would love to come and see you guys in France. We would love to. It's been a long time. Love you.
The Open Mind says maybe this way military will be taking over security, and then they will open the food or other emergency shops.
We could be part of something pretty interesting, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could be part of something interesting.
RTY Pepe.
Thank you, Nicola.
Hello from Honolulu.
And your little Jeanne, Jeanne. I'm going to pronounce it the English way. She must be growing up now, man.
Yeah.
I'll give my love to the family. I miss them dearly.
So Ian Juan says, I think it should be punishable to tell a whole country to do something soon without reason. It causes panic and it's messed up.
It's caused panic. It really caused panic. She's 12 now. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Nicola, that dates how long it is since we've seen you. She was a little baby.
Oh, and he's only 19. Wow.
You're a man. We're great to see you guys. Be great to see you guys.
Yes, we do have enough food for 2 days.
We have enough food, and we're well, me particularly, but we're both probably eating more than we should.
Oh yes. Won't harm us.
Won't harm us. Yeah, we will. Nicola, we are. Michelle and I have planned. It's funny you calling me, having to see me as Steve, because I was always Stefan, and to most of my family I'm still Stephen. But yeah, we were planning to come to France in May, and we were really hoping we could come and say hello to you guys. And we're going to walk the San Diego, the Camino de Santiago, which I think is I forget the French. The French have you have a different name for it in France. Anyway, give a big bisou to Mum, and just say hello to everybody in the town. We miss you all, man. We miss all of you. Love you lots.
Dwayne says, I hope this might be gone in the summer here in Canada, and then it will come back.
Well, I don't think telling a whole city of 20 million people to rush out and buy stuff is going to help too much. Yeah, we miss you too, man. Always think of the family. You know, we always think of the family. I know it's many years. We sometimes don't see people because Michelle and I have travelled. We meet so many people around the world, but you guys have got a special place in our hearts, and we're always thinking of you. We'll get there. We'll get there sometime. It's a big world.
S. Devon says, Steve, you said before the internet speed was way too slow for streaming. Why does it work all of a sudden?
Who said that?
S. Devon.
Because I got into because I was so tired that I couldn't do anything on the internet that I risked my life to go out into the wilderness. I went and got a SIM card. I had to go to. We went. Michelle and I went for our daily walk, and we got to Turkcell, which is the best internet apparently you can get, the best SIM card you can get. And I looked in, and they had it really well set up. Everybody was there was sanitation outside, sanitation inside. They were really good. And I said to Michelle, we should go in and get a SIM card. So we went in. Everything was done really professionally. It was super safe, no problems at all. And just yesterday, we got ourselves a SIM card, which has got 25 gigs of data on it, so it'll keep us busy for a little while. And it is much faster. And I'm so happy that I can reach out to you guys and say hello, because we've had 3 or 4 weeks at least now where we just haven't been able to do anything live. So if I run out of data on this, we'll just buy more. We'll just buy more because I want to be able to do occasionally these live streams. It's lovely to see all the regulars coming in. It was so good to see sort of familiar faces, which I haven't been able to talk to for a long time. And I don't know what time it is at the moment around the world. This just happened, so we're going straight to live.
So Mehmet says, in my view, the disease will spread faster during these 2 days in Turkey.
Possibly not in these 2 days, but in the last 2 hours, I think we probably didn't do ourselves. We possibly scored a substantial own goal, I would say.
Rick Loom says 48-hour curfew isn't a good idea.
Michelle is over there. Look, say hello, Michelle.
Only makes people panic. Hello. I'm busy reading.
She's busy reading. Look, we've only got a little table. It's the size of a postage stamp.
We have to get a bit too close and
yeah, I'd have to sit. And it's social distancing. See, I can't have her here. She's sleeping in the hallway outside the apartment. Yeah, I mean, some people were.
So 5:30 in Washington DC.
Some people have had and some people will have gone to bed. There's people that go to bed at sort of like 10:30. They're going to wake up in the morning to a bit of a shock when they walk outside, aren't they? That's a bit of a shocker, isn't it? A lot of people go to bed. It's been dark for some hours. A lot of people will be in bed. They wake up in the morning to walk out to go down to get their bottle of milk or whatever they normally go and get, or maybe some bread from the baker's. They are going to get one hell of a shock. I can't see it working. The baker below me, Dwayne, hello. Dwayne, the baker below me, he's already baking. He's baking for tomorrow. He's got everything organised. What's he going to do? He's got hundreds, perhaps thousands of loaves and simmet. I'm sure look, I understand we do need to do some fairly drastic things, although I'm not entirely convinced we're doing the right thing here. But, there's some drastic things. But they do have to be sensible, right? They do have to be sensible, and actually to tell people just to completely shut down all businesses, for 48 hours on a weekend, it's gonna give a lot of anxiety. Dwayne, I don't think it's going to make things better. I was just saying, if anyone can tell me, anyone out there can give me a good scenario where a shutdown of everything for 48 hours could be beneficial. I'm not sure. Maybe a shutdown for 3 weeks definitely would have some benefits, but I think you'd be taking dead people out of apartments for there's just not the food. So this is why it's always been shut down, but you can go out and you can do shopping, and we need the essential services, the delivery services, the supermarkets need to be stocked. And think of the supermarkets wouldn't have known about this. Well, I don't think so. Otherwise that would have leaked out a lot earlier. Think of the perishable goods.
Well, and also the supermarkets have to be closing at 9 o'clock, so this happened after.
Sorry, I didn't tell you. The supermarkets are shut. The big we don't have 24-hour shops like we're actually, newsflash, important thing, and I probably didn't make that clear. Everyone's out on the street. They're shopping from the milk bars and the little corner shops. They're all trying to squeeze through doors this big, hang on. Yeah, no, I haven't made myself clear. The supermarkets are not open. They closed 3 hours ago. Everyone's trying to shop in the little mum and pop shops who are not geared up for this. They're not geared up for this panic.
Kubalay says, how do you find Turkish people? Do they have any disrespect towards you? Normally our people are always warm to visit.
No, quite the opposite. The Turkish people are delightful. And I don't mean that, I'm not being wishy-washy. It's not because we're in Istanbul. When we got here originally, we said they're just lovely. Look, there are 56 of you in the moment. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Let's get my thumbs up to as high as we possibly can. Otherwise, I'm going to sulk going to spit my dummy out and I'm going to go to
There's
bed.
55 people watching, so let's get it up.
Yeah, so I want everybody to give me a thumbs up
So Mehmet says some
because
people are fighting-
drinking this, whatever it is, tube of beer for you guys.
Some of people are fighting each other.
Taking
in
one for the
streets.
team.
Smiley face.
No, there was the potential of tension out there tonight. Come on, thumbs up, more thumbs up. Come on, hit that thumbs up. There was potential of some tension out there tonight. There were people getting a little bit annoyed, and fortunately there was only about an hour and a half for them to get annoyed, so it was over.
So Piper said, hi Steve, Michelle, and hello room.
Piper, hello.
And did you get the supplies finally? We got enough, Piper.
Pippa.
Piper. So Kublai says, you're very warm people. I'm 16 years old and I learned this language because I'm very curious about English. Well, you're doing very well.
Yeah, you do. A lot of people do speak quite passable English here. I mean, there's people who speak very good English or passable, but we're trying to learn Turkish. We're trying to learn, bir, içi, teşekkürler. We're trying to say a few, Turkish terms, but it's a complicated language. It's one of my harder ones. I'm struggling a little bit. But by the time we leave, we'll be fluent at least 7 words.
So, Gracie Kitty said 237 in BC, thumbs up, boozing. I think it's coming up, you boozing.
Hit that thumbs up. Come on. Let's
41.
see if we can get up to, maybe not enough of you in to get it up to 50. But, let's have some fun. I'm getting snacky now. Beer does this to me. Does everyone else get this feeling? Have a couple of beer and have a beer. I mean, it's a big beer. This looks like a small glass, but it's a huge glass. So, a bit of a shocker, a bit of a worry. We won't lose any sleep. We won't lose any sleep. We shall wake up tomorrow and see the tumbleweed. It's going to be like one of those old Sergio Leone movies, Fistful of Dollars. There's going to be like just little bits of tumbleweed sort of blowing down the street.
There'll be nothing to watch down the street.
No. Sorry, that's my sound effects. Thank you. Round of applause for my sound effects.
Gracie Kitty said, what is your next country?
Gracie Kitty, the next country after this we didn't know. We still had a few things planned to do. We were going to probably go to Georgia, maybe. We were thinking of going into other parts of Eastern Europe, Croatia, maybe. But the end game of this trip was to do the Santiago Camino, the big walk. It's an 800-900 kilometer walk. It takes about how many days? 32
if you don't stop.
32 days if you really push it, which we wouldn't do. So, but probably about a month and a half of walking. We've been wanting to do it for a little while. So it's a walk between France and the very far side of Spain, and that's where we were heading. But we're still planning it. We're still talking about it, but
just got to wait. It's a waiting game.
Thank you, Nicola. Don't worry if they're asleep. Mum will be in bed by now. I'm sure of that.
Dan Heather says, been following you since Malaysia. I love that series.
Malaysia, what a wonderful place. I was just talking, we had one of our friends in from Malaysia in the last live stream, and we were just catching up with all the news from Malaysia. What a wonderful country. A beautiful place, lovely people, and people always ask us where the best place is, to go. It's generally for us, it's the place we're in. So at the moment, it's Istanbul, it's Turkey. This is the best place in the world to be because that's why we are here. But it generally is the same wherever we go in the world. The places we go to, we're there, and we're 100% into the place we're in. The food here is wonderful. The people are lovely and friendly. The curfew is only 48 hours,
Christy says, is there not a problem buying booze in Turkey? They blur out booze in all the Turkish shows I watched. Thought it would be restricted.
No? This is the first beer I've had in probably, I don't know how many months since I've had a beer. This will be the first beer I had in a good number of months. possibly even 6 months or so. No, I must have had something in India at work. Can't remember though. So I don't drink a lot, so I'm not your expert to ask. I do love good ales. I do love good beer. Oh, there's a lot.
Somebody out there.
There's people out on their balconies.
Now they can go on their balconies.
Yeah, they can go on their balconies, share the love. Steve's kitchen.
Chris Carlton says, do you have any plans for if you eventually return to Australia? I love your Australian tour videos.
Oh, we often talk about Australia. You know, you miss places when you're away. When you're away from home, you miss being there. There are plans, but we're not sure exactly. We used to live up in Queensland. We didn't get to do a great deal of Queensland last time. I've got some good friends up in Queensland. I wouldn't mind going back up there, spending a few months, maybe visiting some old haunts, visiting some old buddies. But nothing really in the very near future. At the moment, we've decided to spend the rest of our lives in Istanbul. Clearly, that's always the plan.
And we can now.
The rest of our short, perishable lives.
Because they're not worried about our visa, we can.
No, they've told us the visas. We've only got a 3-month visa, but we've been here a sort of month and a half or something. So we're going to end up probably staying beyond our visa. But they have announced, and by the way, for any of you that have friends and family, as we were talking earlier about visas, I think the policy at the moment is to extend anyone that overstays their visa in Istanbul, in Turkey, should I say, they're forgiving that. So there's an amnesty for that. So we could be here for the next sort of maybe roughly 6 years, 6 to 8 years. We're not sure. I will be doing in 2023, I'm planning to do a series of Turkish lessons, teaching people how to speak Turkish. So look out for that. That's going to be in March 2023. And I'm going to do a whole series on expertise of Turkish food and cooking somewhere in around 2024, probably during the summertime, 2024, because that'll be quite nice. We can get out on the streets. So that's if indeed my kebab shop is allowing me the time to do that, because I'm planning in sort of late 2023 to open a kebab shop in the Taksim Centre here. So Michelle and we're going to be well entrenched in the Turkish culture.
So Eric Nathan said, did your landlord give you a basket to lower for goods? And if so, would you use it just to say, I did that?
Do you know they didn't give us a basket? Michelle reckons they go on and get you a basket.
Well,
Michelle reckons they've got a
basket.
basket.
It's too high
No,
in the cupboard. I've got to actually
she's
stand up.
gonna drop. She's gonna actually.
Oh no, it hasn't got a handle.
No,
Rubbish.
no, it's not a basket. Michelle swears that we had a basket up in the cupboard. To me, it looked like a colander. So it is, isn't it? It's just a colander.
But it's high in the cupboard.
What was that? What did Ian just say, Michelle?
So here's the problem with
I can't see the comments because they come up, and I'm the world's slowest reader. Michelle's the fastest reader. They come up and then they dim. So I go, Ian, and it dims.
So here's the problem with alcohol. It would cause a lot of chaos if they just restricted all alcohol. Some people need it to stay alive because they've been drinking for so long, and I don't know about Turkey and how much people drink of.
I think there's a fairly no, I'm guessing. I would be guessing. They were talking about vodka the other day, and people were saying, having a little laugh with us and talking about the great vodka they have here in Turkey. I would imagine there's a fairly normal alcohol culture, but because I'm not a drinker, if I could go without a drink for a year, it wouldn't bother me at all. I never feel like I need to, but I can drink anything. I can drink whiskey, I can drink vodka, I can drink shorts, I can drink, Michelle doesn't like any alcohol at all. I love red wine.
But good idea, Petri, so you can put sturdy string through the holes. I've got some string.
Don't start her, Petri. She'll be doing all sorts of nonsense. There's nothing. What are you going to do? It's like you imagine, right? Okay, the claw you go to the arcades and you've got that little stick and the claw comes out and it's got to drop down and grab something like that, and it comes up and it never gets it because it always gets it on the side. That's what she's going to have, Michelle. She's dropping her basket down. There's no one out there. It's going to come up empty every time. You might pull it up, there might be a kitten in it or something, maybe a little cat.
The Piper says, are your children okay?
Our children are very well. Yeah, the children are very well. We talk to them. We talk to them regularly. Keep in touch with them, and they're doing fine. They're doing fine. Melbourne. They're all in Melbourne, Australia. Another beautiful place to be. It's all gone a little bit sort of pear-shaped over there as well, but everyone's coping perfectly well.
Paul Lappin says it's a lockdown for under the age of 20 and over 65 only.
No, it's
boy.
everybody. Apparently,
whole-
they've locked.
whole
If you got chance to see my last live stream, you'll see I did a little live stream out on the street. I had my stupid mask on, so you wouldn't have recognised me. No, I don't know. Did it sound all right, Michelle? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. You'll see that the most of Istanbul's out in the street buying potatoes and carrots and whatever they could get. I saw people buying the most ridiculous stuff. People were going along the shelves picking out, you know, all the shopkeepers must have been going, hey, I got rid of those sort of like rubbish Twinkies that I've had for sort of 12 years. I'm sure the only thing I really wanted was water, and I was hoping to get some honey because I love the Turkish honey. So I've got some though. I've got some, but I don't know why I thought I could get some more honey. Get some beautiful honey, but we're good. We're good. Any other questions there, Michelle?
Hi from Turkey, what's going on? I can't say your name. Ilmilha.
Hi from Turkey.
Yeah, what's going on? Well, maybe you're not in the same bit of Turkey as us.
Ilmihal. If you haven't heard, the government has decreed that all businesses are to be shut down for 48 hours. All shops to be closed. Everybody has to stay in. It's a 48-hour curfew. I'm glad I'm having to tell you because we didn't know about it. But suddenly I looked out of the window here and I said to Michelle, "There's a lot of people." What did I say to you? I said, "There's a lot of people in the shop shopping."
Yeah, you did.
Why are there so many people? There are people going with bags up and down, and I'm looking out there and I thought, that's a bit strange. Why are there so many people with shopping bags at 10:30 at night? Normally you'd be lucky to see 2 or 3 people, and then I got a text through on my phone saying that everything is shutting down for 48 hours, and we need to, make plans accordingly. And I thought, oh damn, we're out of water. So we talked about it for a few moments, and I said, look, I better go down and try and get some water. And then when I got down there, I couldn't get into the shops because there were big queues. So I thought I'd just do a little live stream and let you know what's going on. So sorry if you haven't heard about it.
Chris Garton says, do you guys have enough food there? What about cooking, etc.?
We have enough food for 48 hours, but we will struggle much beyond that. But we'll be fine. We can go probably longer. We can make a soup. We have got, excuse me, it is late. What time is it? It must be midnight. I'm a little bit sleepy. 1:45. So it's 1:45. That's why I'm starting to get a little yawny, and I've got this beer as well, which isn't helping. We have, that video's not going live. You've cancelled it, right?
It wasn't going live.
Oh no. Okay. I was hoping I didn't have a video going up at the same time as talking to you. So we've got vegetables, so we can make a lovely vegetable soup. Probably should have got some more dal, but that doesn't really matter. I've got some flour. I've got a bit of pasta. I've got coffee, so that's okay. I can make, tomorrow we will make another soup.
We still have some fruit for 2 days.
We have fruit for 2 days?
Well, I can make it. I can make 2 days because we've got a lot of mulberries, so we have less.
Oh, we've got mulberries. We've got mulberries, honey. We've got bananas.
Yeah.
Yogurt.
2 days of fruit. 2 days of lockdown.
We'll be living like lords. The only thing is, I won't be able to get any more fruit. I won't get any mulberries this weekend because the market will be shut. Disappointing. So, shall I carry on for a little while longer?
So Prep Steader says you have great attitude, be safe and stay well. We all love your videos. Love from Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Been there. Nashville, beautiful part of the world. Look, you got to keep positive, hey? You got to keep positive. What did Eric say? Because he's just written over there. I think it must be part of. I just asked my accountant.
Sorry, there's lots come up. I was doing something else and suddenly come back and there's lots of comments. The news over here is saying that bakeries can stay open during the 48-hour shutdown.
Well, that's not what we've been told.
You're
And
open the bakery, isn't it?
I would imagine the bakery below us, they're not sure. I met the guy that works in the bakery and he was sort of saying, we don't know. So let's hope during the night that there are some more, maybe some more pragmatic
But how can they stay
changes.
open? You can't go out in the streets to buy the bread.
The problem is I don't know, the bakers are already baking, you know. The other day our baker had a delivery of 200 bags of flour, 50 kilo, the big old-fashioned sacks of bread flour, 200 sacks of bread flour he had delivered. He bakes an inordinate amount of bread. I mean, he's a really industrial baker, bakes a lot of bread. And you don't just sort of do that, you know, you don't just get up at sort of 6 in the morning and start baking bread. They're baking now for tomorrow. They bake all the way through the night, ready for the morning. They bake all the way through the day. And I don't know, it would be a great shame if all his bread went to waste. It would be a bit unfair. I mean, Michelle and I'd be right, because apparently Piper said to Michelle about putting some string on the basket. Our apartment here, this window here, is directly below the baker's, so I can drop the basket down and sort of just swing it and knock against his door, and he can put some bread in and send it up. So we're sorted. We'll be all good. We'll be all good. Social distancing.
You get says worst decision.
You get. It's not. I don't know. I don't know how this will be judged. From the comments that I was getting out on the street just now, people are not very happy. There has to be, when you make these sort of drastic decisions, you have to, do you know, Gracie, I was thinking of getting some chocolate was out, but I just didn't want to queue up and go into the shop. It was just too ballistic. You know, there was too much, there was too many people. I didn't feel 100% comfortable. There was very little opportunities.
Gracie Kitty says you need chocolate. We do need chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. I was thinking we've got no chocolate.
No chocolate.
I've got about a fistful of potato chips. What else have we got? We got some cooking oil, so we'd be fine if we wanted a drink of cooking oil. Cooking oil's good. Yeah.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. If you hear differently.
If they want to remove the sensors at future time, much easier if everybody is in their homes. First test run to get people comfortable with the idea. Only logical benefit I can come up with. That's what Kathleen Norton says.
Well, there'll be a lot of interesting theories out there, Kathleen. Kathleen or Kathleen? Yeah, I can see your comment now, Kathleen. There'll be a lot of interesting theories. There's a lot of strange things have happened, haven't they? Look, we've been going for an hour. I don't know if any new people are likely to come in. If anyone hasn't hit the thumbs up yet, hit that thumbs up. There's two more. One more to get to 50.
I'm on 49.
Okay. Get me up to 50 thumbs up and we'll be happy. Not that it really matters, does it? I mean, what do I don't normally care about thumbs up and thumbs down.
Fun, hey? Ask it meeting time, send it down the window.
We haven't got anything. You're getting the comments before me. Why is Michelle getting the comment? Why is she getting the comment? I'm the actual host here, and I'm getting the comments like a few. So
super duper.
So we will keep you updated. I'm going to one more thumbs up. Come on, hit the thumbs up. Anyone that's been procrastinating. Oh, it's on 50. Oh, God. Well, it's not. Mine's on 48. So 49. Sorry.
In fact, Green Pigeon said if they have no bread, let them eat cake.
Let them eat cake. I've got enough flour to make some pretty interesting bread. I'll have to do a video at some point, show you some of my rubbish not rubbish, but you know, how to make bread with nothing, with a kitchen with nothing in it, but still good
No
bread.
oven.
And I've managed to get, and I'm not allowed to say, but I've managed to get some simit bread. So I'm looking forward to playing with that.
No, simmer flour.
Simit flour, sorry, simit flour. So everybody, it's getting very, very late for Michelle and I. Oh, there's still 46 people in there. Look, do you want me to talk a little while longer? I can probably babble on for a bit longer, or would you prefer? I haven't quite finished my beer. Do you want me to chat a little bit longer?
2 thumbs up, look at that.
You're giving Michelle all the thumbs up, by the way. They're not coming on my screen. So nobody too bothered. We're quite happy to sort of roll off. Love to you all.
Oh, Robin 95 says good night.
Yes.
Kathleen Norton says you folks are delightful. Enjoy both of you. Thank you, Kathleen.
Yeah. Love to you all from Michelle and I here in Istanbul, Turkey. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go. I just wanted to update you because it got a little bit out of hand here. We were struggling to know what to do. We will probably do this again tomorrow to let you know how things are going. Love to everybody. Be
We're
safe.
all good.
We are very good.
You stay safe, stay positive.
Stay positive, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Oh, you got some more.
So I'll read the comments later.